everybody. Welcome back to the channel, All Things Business. And today in the studio, we got a dear couple from Fresno, California, who are superstars down there. We got Mr. Chris King and his lovely wife, Ms. Rose Guerrero King. And we're so excited to have them in the studio today. And I want you guys to learn from them because, quite naturally, some people have been laid off, downside, and they got started because, you know, Mr. King here is the fire captain in California, and the state cut his income down by $5,000 per month. Now think about that. What would you do if it happened to you? So they got introduced to network marketing because of a friend of yours. Is that right, Miss Rose Guerrero King?
Yes. Friend of mine introduced us to this.
And what did you say when you first looked at it?
She was trying to get us as a customer.
Uh-huh.
And when I realized the aspect of the saving money, I was like, well, can we do this? It made sense to get paid off of things that we were already going to do anyway. So.
Yeah, it made total sense.
Yeah.
So, Mr. King, how did you feel about your income being sliced and diced by the state of California by $5,000?
Eye-opener when you think you're a valuable asset to the community.
Yeah.
And they just, without regard to a house payment, car payment, or living, they didn't care. It was kind of a humbling experience.
Now, how long have we been knowing each other? Would you say?
Like 10 years.
10 years.
At
Yeah.
least 10 years.
So now they cut your pay by $5,000. You saw an opportunity. Was that $5,000? Wow. Think about somebody cut your pay by $5,000. So did you almost lose a car or house or something with that income cut?
Well, thank God both our cars were paid off.
Okay.
So that was a huge asset. Otherwise, I'd just been more of a burden on us all. We lasted as long as we could until everything was maxed out. We had no more money to do anything, and had started having that conversation. Is like, the house is next.
Wow.
We're gonna have to let it go because every month we were just getting deeper and deeper underwater.
Wow.
So
when you got started, when you saw the network marketing, you got started. How much time would you say you put in daily, weekly? What would you say were the beginning days?
you were working 2 jobs.
I was working 80 plus hours.
Wow. 80 plus.
I didn't have time.
How did you sleep against the wall?
It's just on the weekends that we were able to do a few hours a week at the beginning.
In the beginning, a few hours a week. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I could do. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so what did that a few hours a week turn into for you guys?
Well, it was allowed us in a few months. It allowed us to walk away from my second job.
Wow. You guys heard that? By her second month, she was able to walk away from her second job because of the power of network marketing. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So then what happened? You walked away from your job? Yeah.
More time.
Yeah.
More time into it.
More time into it. What happened after you put more time into it?
Then in a few years, then it allowed us to make a decision who is going to retire
first.
Okay. Because
Something about my job stressing her out or something.
Yeah.
You ran into what you always talked about. He gets paid to run the burning buildings.
Yeah.
People are running out.
And
Everyone's running out. It's not real smart.
so
Running the building.
So in a couple months, 2 months, you were able to leave one of your jobs.
Yeah.
And we decided in
Years later.
2 years,
A couple years
he
later.
was able to leave his job as a fire captain.
Yeah.
Since the state didn't respect him as much. Wink, wink. And they cut his pay back, so he figured I'd get you back. You know.
Yeah. So pull the plug early.
You pulled the plug early.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How does it feel to be unplugged?
You know what, you do miss, and a lot of people, the job's a job, but you do miss the camaraderie with the fellas.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was like the other stuff, and then realizing that this is starting to take off and starting to gain momentum. You start, I don't know, things change for you. It's really interesting how, you go through those phases like, oh, I hope this works, to like, hey, this is working, to like, man, this is starting to, momentum on its own.
Yeah.
So with the team, so
It takes off on its own after a while. It's like a snowball going down the hill. The more, and all of a sudden it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But yet, first of all, it starts.
Yeah.
It's powerful. So as you start taking its own face, shall we say, start taking off on momentum, what did you start thinking? You said went from possibly, it's like, wow. So
interesting for me, it put the desire into like, okay, what we've done so far, what happens if we do a little bit more?
yeah.
And then it starts like it growing some more, and then you start having those crazy ideas. Is like, ooh, what if we're in other countries? What if we're what if we're in other states?
Yeah.
So
how many states you guys would you say you're in?
I think the most were seven at one time.
7 at one time.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
Mhm.
So Miss King, what did you Did I hear this right? Well, I remember coming to your house once. I've always been to your house. I mean,
That one time.
We cook.
they cook. This guy can cook some ribs. I'm gonna tell you
Barbecue.
something. He's got a recipe that's amazing. But I remember one time I came to the house and there was a new car in the driveway.
Oh yeah.
You want to tell us about that story?
Oh, the Lexus.
Oh,
A little upgrade. Just a little upgrade.
full upgrade.
You get more choices. That's what it is.
Yeah, buttons to push.
Yeah. So that's all it was. It's
Do I
just
go
more
80
choices.
or do I go 60 to this?
Yeah.
My choice down the highway.
Oh, it's always 80.
Yeah, so network marketing shoot you guys really well. You know, you guys are great leaders in the areas and outside that area. What are some of the things you would say to new people who are looking at network marketing, people who've been in traditional business or another side? Because it's all business is business.
Yes.
What would you say to people who are just starting off in the industry of business?
I think it's that guide is that when you get to sit down and talk with people, like sitting down and talking to you, remember watching your first presentation, we were already in the business, but to get to see you in action and then seeing you again. And I was just like, he did the same thing as he did last time. And it was the same. It wasn't like you had to have something new every time.
Yeah.
You just, I mean, like the same exact thing. And I'm like, people got to see the vision and started signing up.
Yeah.
And the simplicity that you put on it was like, well, the realization was like, in school, I couldn't copy and
Yeah.
I get in trouble
Exactly.
like I did before. But in business, it was like, I just got to do what Mr. Thomas does. But I think that what really helped is you were always there
Yeah.
to answer questions if we needed, to check on us, you know, and having that mentorship was you. It was all part of that growth and that development that started to make things just roll on their own.
Yeah.
So,
You know, you said something very important, being comfortable, as in taking it and just pasting and just duplicating what was said. You know, it's so funny that I travel and go to different cities, different states, how people can say my talk better than I can say because it's heard me enough time. It's repetition. It's almost kind of like, oh, there you go again. You know, but it's just that one idea sometimes will set the whole world on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that was nice too, is because it's like you always showed the simplicity. And like you say, I even caught myself a couple of times saying your jokes.
Yeah.
So can I get in trouble for that using his stuff?
Yeah.
But even saying what you said,
Yeah.
and it was just like,
Yeah, I see Miss Evelyn in the studio. She said a few of my jokes to me before when I come
yeah,
in the studio back there. It's important to understand that duplication is so important, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in network marketing, or whether it's in traditional businesses. Follow those who've done it. That was a guide. Let me give you guys an example. Can you imagine me going on a hill in Vegas or in Nevada, in the desert, and I'm on the top of the hill eating grapes and drinking the nectars of the gods and getting fed, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, and all of a sudden you look and you see me on that knoll, like, how do you get up there? Would you run, or would you look around for my footsteps in the scene and follow those steps up? Because you run, there might be a sign of danger, landmine. Some people keep running. I go Harvey, I go past the Betty. But would you look for those footsteps to guide you to get to the top? So you guys are great leaders. You guys have immersed a lot, but you've also helped a lot of people. And that's what the power of network marketing, that you guys have always had an open hand to do and help people. You know, I know what you guys do in the holidays. So you want to share something that you do in the holidays for your customer base? Tell us what you do in the holidays for your customer base.
We make tamales, so
Yeah.
it's a tradition. We did it before,
we always made tamales. Yeah, that was
We
one thing.
always
We always
did.
made the pot and gave them to people for no reason.
and
Okay.
now we have a reason. So
Yeah.
tamales. We just always try to recognize our customers just to show our appreciation because most of them are friends anyways, friends or referrals and things like that. So they get excited. When's my tamales coming?
I get
So they get, so
He's not
yeah,
our customer either. I don't know.
they look forward to it.
Yeah.
Just little things.
And tell us. I know it's what is it? 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day production you guys do for these spots. I know it takes a lot.
It takes two different occurrences. One in December and one in January. We do it two different times, and it's all day.
All day.
It's an all day event.
Because I thought it was 2 days or maybe more than
It
that.
has to be two. Yeah, we did.
We do. We
It's so big one day that by 4 a.m. we were getting done. And we're like,
Yeah, it's going to
2
be
days now, 2 days.
the prepping. You
Yeah.
got to prep the day before, make the sauce, and get the meat, the chicken, and all that done. Or
Yeah.
yeah,
So I would call that a labor of love.
yeah, absolutely.
To say thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's another side of service that people misunderstand. They give back. I was just saying the word give back, but they bless people who bless them. So their customers, people that they love, they do it freely. But now, so let's get to our customers. And there's customers I understand will like call you up if they don't get a call by a certain date. They can.
I was just on my-
No, that what's funny about it is people say, like, if I get another service, do I get more tamales? Maybe. What do you want to get?
It depends what's going to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So now that you have the time to play with the grandbabies, I think one of the big things is playing with the grandbabies.
yeah, that's been a huge blessing to be able to go and, have the time to see that, because it's summertime. With my background, California's on fire.
Yeah.
So summertime, I was, where's Chris? Oh, he's up in Sacramento. Oh, he's up in Redding. He's down by Mexicali. So I was literally gone like almost all summer. So
What is
now
your
having
life?
the time.
What is your life like now?
I'm not gone all summer.
Yeah.
So it helps us when, growing a business, helping the team grow. You always get the phone calls like, hey, we're on a plane. Can you help out our customer? And happened the other day to us. And so being able to be there and help the team out.
You two are such great leaders that even on my other channel, they come on and they train, and I couldn't do without them. I mean, when this situation hit a couple of years ago, every Sunday night, faithfully, you're on the call training, and Miss Guerrero, she's really in depth in the digging into the information. And I tell you what, there's things she brought up that I didn't even know existed until I listened to the call. I want to thank you for that. Not only have you guys grown a great organization, people love you, follow you, and trust you, and build. And on summer months, and come out of their house and have a barbecue after. We have so many people show up at the barbecue. I'm with the I said, when you have to know, they can't eat until they sign up. And people got forced stayed over for bad food. I don't care. I don't think that'd be good. This is free. So some of the things that you want to see your business do this year and the years to come, what does that look like for you guys? Some of the things you strive for. I know Hawaii is one of them. So what do you see your business going, taking your?
That next step for us is that next promotion.
Yeah.
To get that, because we know it's not that there's next promotion. The promotion is what we get for helping more people.
Right.
So we've always had that servant attitude, and that's what we've always lived with.
Yeah.
And with the continue that servant attitude is the ability. Who else do we get to help? Who's going to stay coachable and want to go where they say they want to go and grow? So that's our focus is on helping them get to the place. Everything else will come.
Yeah.
So just maintain that focus, and that comes so much from the support you've given us and the training. It's like we are who we see,
Yeah.
and you are who we see. So that's been a blessing. You've always gone above and beyond for your team, the people in even people not on your team. What you do for them is amazing. You don't see that anywhere else. And we get it was already our background as far as serving others, and now that just seeing it and in relationship with the businesses, that's still as far as us. Our focus is to continue just helping others, and everything else comes with it. That's a blessing. I don't have to worry about, well, we got to do this. Who can we help? And
you guys are very helpful
automatically
to everybody. No matter whose organization, they're very helpful to anybody. Something about it. Let me ask you guys a question. If you had to start the day over again, what would you do differently, if anything?
shower. I'm just kidding.
Maybe not. Okay. If there,
I think mindset for me
Yeah.
changed my mindset quicker because it changes your whole everything you look at.
wow.
So my mindset was shifted dramatically because of being introduced to network marketing, and it opens more doors of opportunity for you that you never even knew were there. They were there, you just didn't see them before. But when you change your mindset, all of a sudden you see things you never saw, and it gives you opportunity to expand and grow and expand your revenue, yourself, growth, meet people, just go. It's limitless.
Well, I think you touched everybody that's watching around the world on this, touching them as far as mindset and just doing it. you know. And the more you develop yourself, the more you discover of yourself, you discover more of yourself, and you discover there's more to give, the more to give me, helping more people. Wow, that's powerful. Okay,
Oh, no, absolutely is. I tell people now, it's like I always tell my mentors, I was like, what are you reading? What do you got out of it?
yeah,
And it's just like, what's the big deal? But then I started regurgitating that up when I was out talking with people. And I was like, and she'd be saying, like, how do you remember all that? And I was like, I don't know. And I realized, you guys, the way the system you just followed. I mean, someone passed that down to you
yeah.
and you pass it on to us. But yeah, that personal development, you become from like hoping you can do it to like, I got this.
Yeah. You know, folks, I want to tell you something. He'll send you a book. He said, have you read this book yet? He'll send it to me. Well, and I'll say, have you got this one? And I'll send it to him. And we're always exchanging because leaders are what readers. If you're not a reader, become a loud of the tapes. It's not the same. Get the tape or the audio book and read the book too. Because they're not the same, folks. So, I like to, here's what I do. I want people to study. I read the book. Well, what'd you learn? No, read it, highlight it, okay, reread it again, and then highlight the highlights, and then read it a third time, and then take notes on it, and then master what you learn. See, that's how you become a master. Not just listening, but learning it and repeating it over and over again to master it. And that's how you got good at that. So, tell us something exciting that's going on with you guys in your business, or something exciting in life that's happening for you guys.
It's there's always something. There's never a dull moment. Now with some of the things, the services that we're providing now is okay. Now we got to go learn this. Even today,
Yeah, the new
the announcements of new stuff.
Learning.
Ooh,
who can we
how can we help? Because we
to
get so
focus
many,
customers.
and we're already coughing
More
out
tamales.
names.
That's what I'm thinking. More tamales for more customers. More customers. That's what I'm thinking.
That's another thing I love.
Yeah.
They always look at what can I do? What can I help?
More
What can I help? What can I
That's what I'm
help?
thinking.
And if we all go with that attitude, no matter what business we're in, whether it's real estate, or traditional business, or network marketing, we help more people. That's it. It's not helping more people. And we will rock you with that. With that said, is there anything you want to add to the call, our talk today while we're here in the studio?
I think people don't realize, like I said, mentioned it earlier about mentorship is the part you played in our lives in helping us grow and being there. It's like the father and his son or his daughter, picking them up and dusting them off. I'm like, okay, you see how, and just that guidance we've been able to get from you. And that's not just when you were in town. That was phone calls in the middle of nowhere. And you have no idea, but you've called sometimes just with encouragement. And it was just like, okay, I needed that one today. That was appreciated. And we probably don't tell you enough, but without that mentorship, we wouldn't be as far as we are today. And for you, we appreciate that from you because, like I say, a lot of times you don't know, but you've always been there for us, and that's been instrumental on us being as far as we are today. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget is Charlotte coming out of convention. And I'll take this on my brain, but I always talk about this. He had a certain pin on the company, and he looked at his lovely wife, and he said, "I'm not coming back to the next convention with this same pin on it." And he buried it on a tree. And I said, "Wow, now that's called commitment." He was committed. He was persistent. He was determined. He had faith, and he had a burning desire to increase working with that. He made a decision. A lot of people in life don't make decisions. Make a decision to change your life. And I love that about him. That was amazing story. And I'll take that with me, and I'll tell that story to the Lord takes me home. So in closing, what would you say to people out there if you close any closing remarks that you want to share?
Make a decision and stay committed. And know it's going to take time to learn new skills. But the more you do it, like we talked about, be repetitive over and over and over. And the quicker you do that, the faster you'll get success. Really.
New skill. The number one skill I teach everybody, the number one skill is listening. Listening. That's why the good Lord gave us two of these. I know somebody said, two of those, one of those. No. Hold on. Slow down. No, he gave us two of these, right? Two of these to see with, and two nostrils to breathe with. So he gave us 6 inputs, 1 output. And then should I tell you something? All right? So listen like the listen. So thank you guys both for coming into the studio today to share your insight and your knowledge in network marketing and business. Again, cut as a fire captain from the state of California to full-time network marketing. 2 months later, leaving her second full-time job, second job to do this and bringing usually the husband and the wife home. This time the wife brought the husband because she didn't want him to keep running those burning.